Yeah, let's go. Punk rock and Cobain is how we grew up. K-rock was insane, I was such a screw up.
Oh, and I just hit record when you said that too. No, I got it after. I mean, whatever you into, dude. Ooh.
Yeah, it's downloading all kinds of stuff here.
Sir, we need to put more malware on here because of your history.
Well, you know, was that time that I tried to hack into NORAD
to try to see Santa on his flight path?
Yeah. Didn't score a lot of points.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
I saw some of your work, and you have this one set with the Dinobots where the background, it just looks like a regular sheet, like a blanket of like an outdoor scene, and I'm sitting there like, dude, how did he do that? Like, that's pretty freaking awesome because the pictures came out pretty damn good.
Yeah. Did you see the my photo studio picture at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, where I took the pictures in my bathroom.
Yeah.
Like on the toilet seat, you know, covering.
Yeah, I'm still a super noob. Like I've always wanted to take like toy pics and stuff like that. Like I see some of these guys like Super Robot Life Forms and BS Icons and some of these guys like they take these incredible pictures with these backdrops and the lighting and everything. Even you, and it makes me so intimidating.
It's
like this.
Have you? Go ahead.
To tell you honestly, I just like there's times like I'll just look around my house and I'll be washing dishes or something like that, and I'll be like, hey, I could make this like sink into like a hole or something, and then and then I start like like darkening, like putting transformers in there like in a pit like this or something, and then and then I'll just darken the picture.
Cool.
Honey, don't turn on the disposal. Don't.
Yeah, I know, right? Don't turn on the water right now. But it's I've done a lot of things. Actually, since I started collecting, I just tried to broaden my horizons a little bit on other hobbies such as like photography. I've always done Photoshop for like over like 10, 15 years or something. So that's actually that helped me out a lot because my photography skills actually really suck. So they're actually really bad. If you see the original photos, I take like 20 of one picture, like this or something like that, and then like I pick one of them or two of them out of like the whole 20 set or something. And I'm just that's the one I got to Photoshop because that's the only decent one out of them. So
I'm sitting here with my little cell phone, and I just sit there with my little cell phone, and they say they make apps like for phones to take like more effective pictures and stuff like that. And I'm sitting there like I don't have time for that. I got toddlers. I don't have time for that. I don't have.
Here, honey, hold Dad's phone while he sets up his transformers. And you sneak a picture.
Yeah, there's a lot out there now. It's like before, but like even my Photoshop, Photoshop program, I don't have the latest one. I have the one like, what is it, like Photoshop CS2 that was like out.
Oh yeah, way
like,
back in the day.
Yeah, like in '98 or something like that. So like,
because it was like, CS 6.6 or something was the last one, and then they went to the cloud shit like a year or two ago or something. Yeah.
Then you had to start paying monthly for it, and I was like, I'm not down with that. I was like, I want to just buy it and just use it. I want to.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to pay monthly if I only use it like once a month or so. But yeah, besides that, I just like come up with like I buy a lot of like backgrounds. Here's like I just plaster my wall or something like that with backgrounds and stuff, or I just create my own, or out of like sometimes I'll like look, like I said, I'll look at my like trash can or something. I'll be like, hey, this could be a Jhonny background or something. You know?
That's awesome.
Junk anyway, so you know.
Yeah.
Let me just throw some Transformers in my trash bin real quick. And, you know.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
All right, fuck it. Let's go ahead and get into it, and then we'll kind of continue on with a couple of these stories here. So, hey, what's up, y'all? This is Jason Lowry on Nerds Have Spoken, here for my partners in crime this week. I got some Vendetta, I got some Pop Star, and a Hastyle Primes. How you guys doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having us.
Dude, it's always a pleasure. And it's always a pleasure to hang out with you, dude, because like we bump into each other here and there, like doing toy hunts and shit like that. So
I always regret it though. I whenever I do run into you, or whenever I run into somebody, I always want to spend time with them. You know, like but like I think you can relate. I think all of y'all can relate. But like a lot of times when we see each other in public, we're always like, you know, like doing this and doing that. You know, talking to this, like you know, working on this. You know, like this transaction, or you know, like working on this business transaction or something like that. So you know, it's kind of hard to like, you know, just hang out at conventions, or you know, get-togethers and so forth, and like public get-togethers.
Especially when you're standing in the aisle and it's a couple of grown men talking like in front of Transformers, and these little kids are trying to scoot past you. You're like, "Nah, kid, that's mine." Like, you know.
Dude, it's a war ground over there. I remember one time when Thrust first came out at Target, that he was like an exclusive or something like that. I found 4. I already had one, and I found 4 like on aisle, and like I turn around. I literally turn around and message like somebody from a local Transformers group that I admin. But I messaged somebody. I was like, "Hey, I got some Thrust. You know, there's like 4 of them. Do you need one?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, get one." So I turn around again, and somebody snatched them all.
Get out of Dodge.
Dude,
3 minutes.
It's savage around here.
Yeah.
Savage.
Get out of Dodge.
What the? Like right behind my back. And I was like, they just snatched them all, and they like broke out like a ninja, dude. I mean, dude, I was like,
that happened to us. We were there that day.
Yeah.
We were sitting there that day talking. Someone came over and they were trying to taste stuff. We're like, "Yo."
Yeah, we're just like all looking at them like, what's your problem, bro? You know, like.
Guarantee you they were on eBay the next day for like $75.
Oh, dude, it's savage around here. Like it's crazy because there's so many scalpers in the area, and even they work at Target. Like I don't if they work at Target and Walmart now. And like I remembered I went to Target to go pick up one of the G.I. Joe figures. They said, "Yeah, we have it here," and I walked up, and they were like, "Yeah, it's here. Hold on 1 second." And then the guy walks up to the counter. He's like, "No, it's gone." And I was like, "What do you mean it's gone?" And I see an employee buying it as I'm standing there. And I'm like, "You're an asshole."
What?
Dude, they had the Target outfit and everything on. And I'm like,
so horrible, dude. That's so horrible. I ran into this guy yesterday at Toyconnj. I mean, I'll tell you about it later. But man, I looked at I couldn't help myself. I just looked at him and said, "Man, you're a real piece of crap." You know that?
Yeah.
And he's like, "Dude, it's like I was like, I don't want to hear about no damn market. You're a piece of garbage."
Yeah, man. I mean, if you're that desperate to make like what $5-10 extra bucks on like
dude, like
on toys, I mean, like, come on, dude, get a life, dude. You know, like
it's just
I don't know. Terrible. It's just not my taste. I'm always like the one, like, I mean, it's a hobby, you know, it's a hobby to me, and you know, it's something that you should enjoy. But when I like go to like a certain like you know, like pick up something, I don't buy like the most I will buy is probably 2, but but anything over that, it's like overkill for me. It's you know, I always think of like what if like somebody's like kids like was really waiting for this to come out or something, and you know, and you know, some jackass would just snatch them all. I've seen like I've heard like the stories where like guys get certain people are like like snatching them out of the kids' hands and stuff while they're like holding on to them like in the car and stuff.
Yo,
that's just shameful, dude. You know, like
I saw one time where a guy actually used his son to go over. So Beth and I were standing in line one time, right at the Walmart where you and I we met up at in Burke. And I was standing there. I was like, "Oh, they got this, cool!" And I walked over to get it, and some little kid was like, "Oh, that's the one I wanted." And I was like, "Dude, I can't." I was like, "Ah,
yeah."
I was like, "I got to give it to him." You know, this kid wants it.
Yeah.
So then, next thing you know, the kid gets it, and he walks around the corner. And he's like, "Daddy, this is the one that you wanted." And then they both walked away, and I was like, "You motherfucker!" Like, I was like, next time I see a little kid do that, I was like, him and his dad's getting a boot. Like, I don't care. Like.
Right.
There was this one dude. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Vendetta.
There was this one dude yesterday. There was this one dude selling pops, and there was a lot of people actually down there selling pops. And as I'm walking by, you know, of course I gotta look for the V for Vendetta pop. So I'm looking through the whole thing, and there's a couple other pops that I'm interested in. Like a few weeks back, Yule had showed me this Captain Caveman pop.
Oh yeah.
I really like it. So I've been looking around, keeping my eyes open or whatever. And as I'm sitting there, this little boy is there with his dad, and you could tell he's like not like us, you know what I mean? He's like a casual. The kid just likes pops, and he's sitting there and he pulls out this pop, and he, you know, the dad is there trying to haggle with the collector guy, the vendor. He's trying to sit there haggling with him, and he's like, I just can't see myself spending $100 on this. And the guy looks at him and says, I don't care how much your son wanted, it's still $100 pop.
Yo.
I heard that, and I just looked at the dude. I was like, I don't care if he has 10 Vendetta pops. Screw this guy. I looked at him. I was like, you should be ashamed of yourself. And I walked out. Like, people are just so, nobody.
I was like, what are we about to witness?
I got a story. I got a story. Like, I was at the Fredericks Comic Con.
Yeah, that's where we first initially met. Yeah.
I was at that, and I was at Joe Williams toy stand, where he was like the only toy stand there with the Sound Transformers stuff. And remember he had like 20 or like something 20 plus like ratchets, the siege ratchets that were hard to find. Some guy comes up to him, so some guy, he's just like looking around and talking to Joe, and he was like, what's the most expensive figure here? And I'm thinking in my head, this mofo, he doesn't know what, he's not a collector.
Oh, you can cuss, dude. You're fine.
He just wants to eBay the heck out of this thing, And I'm just like, and so I pulled him. I was like, Joe was going to respond to him, but he was looking at the ratchets, and I said, "Oh, you know what? You don't want those, all right? You want these Earthrise RCs. They're like super hard to find, okay? They're like crazy super fun. Like you'll never find them anywhere. And look, they're pink, like all girls and stuff. So he's like, really? And I was like, yeah, man, they're so rare.
Limited edition breast cancer awareness ones.
Yeah. I can't believe I see like two right here right now. It's amazing. So he bought those two. He bought the RCs up and stuff. And he walked off, and I was just feeling content as hell when I left. I was like, yeah, I done my good deed for the day.
Yeah, man.
Dude, were you there? I was standing there, me and a couple of friends of ours, and some guy walked up. Did you see the guy trying to buy Unicron?
No.
So he had like an old Armada Unicron. This one guy was there and his wife, and they had a kid in a stroller, right? And he was trying to buy it. So he asked the guy, Joe, like how much it was, and he went to go buy it. And so he went to pull cash out, went to ask his wife, and she's like, well, I want this one too. So he reached up to grab it, and some guy walked over, grabbed it out from underneath him, threw money down, and fucking dipped. And I was like, I just want to drop kick that dude. Like,
oh man, yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, I was mad. Yeah.
Going back to the other like the previous conversation though, something about, let me see. Oh, Jason, you were talking about like somebody hornswaggling you. at the store, using this kid to you know. Before I started collecting in my 20s, I used to play billiards. I used to play pool, and I used to be like a really like I mean I used to be really good. I played in the U.S. Open 9-ball tournament, like national and like international like tournaments as well. And I played like Hall of Famers like Efren Reyes and stuff like that before. But but I remember I used to be in this like one pool hall. I used to play there, and this guy walks up to me and he's got like crutches and stuff, and he's like, "Hey man, I heard you're really good. You know, I heard you're the hustler here and stuff like that. I'll play you for some money." And I was like, "Okay, sure," you know. And I used to date the hostess in the front, and she's like, and she's watching me. She didn't see him approach me, but so I played. And I'm like, I can't beat this guy. I can't take this guy's money, like that. So I let him win some games and stuff like that. And my girlfriend pulls me over like after I lose some wines, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm just like, I feel bad beating this guy. He's like a handicap. He's wearing a veteran, he's wearing a veteran hat and everything, So I was like, I can't really do this. And then he's like, he's not handicapped. He's playing you. He's like, he's not handicapped at all. He always comes in here and he does this like all the other pool players.
Oh shit.
And I'm just like, are you serious?
You're like, it's on now.
Yeah, and I was like, man, it is on. I was like,
you're like, I'm gonna play pool with this.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm like, so I go back there and I play him some more, and I'm the only thing in my head is what my girlfriend just told me, and I was like, so I beat the hell out of this guy, man, and I just take all his money, okay? And he's like, oh man, what the hell? So
you're like, keep walking. He's in a wheelchair, like.
So yeah, he goes up to pay his tab. And he drops his crutches, walks up to the bar, pays his tab, and he's like, "Fuck you, dude." And I'm just like, this motherfucker. The funny thing is, he comes back like 5 minutes later. And it's like, "Hey, can I get $5 for bus money?"
You're like, "Nah, bitch." I would have been like, "Nah, bitch. I can see you walk. He can walk your ass home."
Yeah, and I'm just like, but, my girlfriend's like laughing her ass off by then.
That's
like
funny as hell.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a little story about that.
Damn, we got way fucking off the rails. Holy shit! So let's get into it. So, Jhonny, how was your week?
Oh, my week was good, man. I'm doing a lot of projects. I'm working on this commission job right now for this Shattered Glass Ironhide figure. This is the one. This is the first one. This is the first one I made. He's pretty tight. It's made after the Fun Pub publishing Shattered Glass comics. The one that I'm commissioning for I think I got I'm making 3 more, and they're gonna be color schemed to the new IDW Shattered Glass comics.
Nice,
the Ironhide there and the Prowl as well. This is the Ironhide one, and I also
the colors look good.
Yeah,
the colors look real
the
good.
eyes are also red as well. I take them apart. I take the heads apart, and I color the eyes red. So,
okay, yeah.
So they're like they're not. There's no paint smears. No paint smears or anything. Besides that, I'm also going to be commissioning this as well. Shattered Glass Prowl, IDW Shattered Glass Prowls. I'm going to be making about 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 of these, commissioning these as well. So these are pretty tight.
Yeah, man.
If anybody's interested, hit him up.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. But what was really cool, this week, I got the KFC Evi Metal Preceptor, like the Shattered Glass Preceptor figure. This guy, and I made
Mugen.
Yeah, the Mugen one.
The Mugen, yeah.
But I put a Autobot insignia in his chest that floats. It floats. It's not like I don't know if you can see it, but
I'm red colorblind, so it doesn't matter to me.
I can see it. I can see it.
It's floating. Yep.
Yeah, it's floating within
neat.
his chest.
I'm
That's pretty
imagining.
neat.
So
That's pretty neat.
It's pretty. in real life, you can see it like really clearly. It's just like hanging in midair, like inside his chest.
That's pretty
So
cool.
That's
cool.
pretty dope.
I'm gonna start implementing some of that in my some of my custom figures as well.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Mhm.
So is that for it for your week, or you got anything else?
Currently, I'm working on the Shatterglass IDW Shockwave.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah, I saw pictures of that one the other day.
Yep. I
Those
took
colors, I like the color green on that.
yeah, I took the what you call it? I took the Galaxy Man, the Generations Galaxy Man.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't opened the package up yet, and then I was just like, you know what? I gotta do this, and I just like opened it up, and just like, I got because there's too many Autobots, Shatterglass Autobots around right now, so I got to even up the odds a little with some Decepticons.
Nice,
It's not like
nice.
they really published a lot of those either. That's the problem.
No, they didn't.
So we have
No.
no idea what they're gonna look like.
Well, the colorist that does the coloring for the new IDW comics that are out now. That's that's also being what you call it, that comes with the Hasbro Pulse Shatterglass figures. The
Mhm.
colorist for those IDW comics is he's been commenting on some of my customs of his
Nice.
color, yeah, his colorizations. So he's also been telling me like little things like I might change this color scheme up. He told me there's
Mhm.
two prow color schemes. There's a different one, the one that I have, and another one that's going to be a different color. And he told me that this Shockwave as well is
Mhm.
also going to be changed if he comes up if he comes up again, he's going to change colorization on that. So there
Oh,
might be
cool.
there might be new standard colors for the Shatterglass figures.
Ooh, so that way, if you find out, you can make a couple custom figures ahead of time, and then make
Correct.
some coin off that.
Correct. hmm
Nice, nice.
I got insider information, bitches.
Yeah.
Right, right.
This is what it's gonna
The
look like.
inside
On the deal.
information.
I got that.
Shockwave is yellow, bitches. Enjoy.
Yeah.
He looks like that. Was that Trailbreaker, the yellow one or whatever it was? Which one was that? Shit, where they redid the body. Remember that they did it a couple years ago. The
Was that
figure.
Diachrome colors?
Yeah. And I forgot which one it was from, and Wolf could have answered that one because I did get that far in some of those, but it was pretty cool. So, all right, Coco, how was your week?
Well, it's alright, really. I didn't do anything other than work and help Dad go to the hospital. Really, the only highlight I would say of the week that took place was yesterday when I went to go help one of the vendors that I normally visit in the swap meet. I'm helping. He's gonna get me guest passes to SDCC allegedly. So we'll see. We'll see
Nice.
how that goes.
Nice.
So yeah, it was. I have a newfound appreciation for kind of what these guys have to do at the swap meet every
Mhm.
weekend that they come in to set up shops. Homeboy rents a U-Haul every weekend. Like holy smokes!
Jesus.
I wonder how much it costs to do that. Must be a serious discount to rent out a U-Haul.
Yeah, U-Haul every
Saturday.
weekend.
Yeah. And then I help them load and unload, and the tents and the canopies and all the shit that people use to to get their booth started and stuff. So I'm kind of curious to see how the SDCC experience is going to be as somebody who's helping on the booth end of stuff. So
Mm.
Speaking of experience, wear comfortable shoes.
Yes.
I know
Working conventions,
what I'm
Jesus.
doing. I don't wear fancy anything when I go to conventions because I'm there
I don't give
all
a
day
shit what it
long,
looks like.
and my feet, yeah, exactly. My feet need to have the insoles, arches, everything to keep me from plantar fasciitis, from acting up and shit. So. But yeah, that's pretty much it as far as my the I'm sure we're gonna talk about the stuff we saw as a collective, like the Disney Plus day, so I'm
Yeah,
just
we'll touch on it.
That's it for my really. How about
All
you,
right, dude. Vendetta, how was your week?
Finally, some highlights.
The broadcast coming.
Finally, some highlights. I had a pretty decent week. Work was pretty smooth. There was a couple of hiccups here and there. There was a huge training for the fire department, and we own two tower ladders. And for some reason, a day and a half before the big training, both tower ladders break. And it was a race against the clock, but you know,
Mm-hmm.
I said a quick prayer, got my hands dirty, and both trucks were ready for their big their big training and their big scrutiny. And hopefully I'll find out Monday if that went out well. Um, Family wise, we had a breakthrough. My daughter is using potty, and to me that's
Nice.
big. That's big. She's earning her favorites are ring pops, and she is earning them. So yeah, there's a few less diapers to change on that end, which is good for daddy because I am tired of smelling that stuff.
Now, my question is, are you finding ring pops randomly, like on your Transformers at all?
No, no.
Okay.
Although I am still looking for pieces of Tarn. I know it's been a long time now, but as you can see behind me here on my left, Combiner Wars Menasor is back together. So those pieces have all been found, and he is standing somewhat upright. So I'm happy about that. None of that came out in her poop, so that's a good sign. That's a good sign. My son, however, yeah, he's not doing the potty thing. He's just not. Yeah.
You're like, yo, you want some Cheerios? Like, throw them in the toilet and have him aim for it. Like,
He is just not having it. He looks down at the bowl and he's like, you know what, Dad? I know this is for grown-ups, but I'm not just there yet. I think I like diapers, and I think I like the faces you make when you got to change my diaper. So
that's when I'd have been like, change it yourself.
Yeah, the walls are a bigger target for me.
But yeah, man, it was a pretty decent week. I got to go to Toyconnj, and for the first time in a long time, I was able to hobnob with some buddies and rub elbows with some people and do something that doesn't involve some kind of drama or something. Like, it was just good to just disconnect for a little while and just be yourself. You visit the tables and you talk to people and you get to meet new people, and it was good. It was a good experience. I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
Yeah.
You want to share some of those pictures, or you want to that you talked about?
Well, we could go into it if you want to. We can just.
Why not? I mean, it was part of your week, so here, let me go ahead and share this. See if it'll do this without freaking out.
There was some pretty neat stuff. This was a video of what the floors look like. These are two different gymnasiums filled, and these weren't like small gyms. These were like 4 full court basketball courts side to side. So it's a big room. Then there's another slide, which is basically the other gymnasium.
Find
just
this. There we go.
Full, like.
Oh, it looks like the same video.
Yeah, I may have sent you the same one twice.
Oh, that's all right. Close enough.
Yeah. But there was a lot of people, dude. The early bird entrance was 8:00 in the morning. I was there about 8:35ish. The line, yeah. This here was one of the displays. That's Mask.
Yeah.
That's early 80s. And do you see the chrome on that? Like, this is unbelievable how incredibly meticulous this guy was to restore these things to like they're mint. They are mint, and the guy didn't put a price tag on them on purpose, um, because he meticulously restored these things himself, and he went through the painstaking process of showing me everything from the figure that they come with to all the little missiles and all the little pop out this and that. I mean, it was just this guy did an amazing job. I mean, if you're a mask collector, he did an amazing job with this. The picture doesn't even pay it any real homage. Like he did a really fantastic job.
Dude, I'd love to pick up these old ones, but I'm not too sure if like Hasbro or somebody like that's going to put these out again. You know what I mean? Yeah, my luck, I'll end up buying. You know me, I'm a completionist. So I'll go and buy out all of them, and the next thing you know, they're like, "Oh yeah, here's the new stuff right here," and it's even more engineering. Like,
yeah,
this same guy. Like there was a cartoon back in the late '80s, early '90s called Spiral Zone. I don't know if you guys heard of it, but it used to come on right after this other show that I used to love called Exo Squad. He had the toys for both shows, and I only went down there with a couple $100 of cash. I just wanted to buy up the entire display.
That's
but
cool.
I just didn't have that money, man. That dude is just like he's just like one of those people. He finds stuff at like thrift stores and things like that. He restores them and then he sells them, and man, he had a really nice display. Really nice display. This was a customizer that I ran into, and I put this picture up by itself because I don't know if you could zoom in, Jason, on the Fandera Sword.
Let me download it real quick.
Dun, dun, dun.
He made that himself. He made that sword himself by hand, and the chrome, it's metal. It's freaking amazing. The whip, the body armor. That's I think it's a Super 7 Panthro, and he made that armor and everything all himself. Like dude had some skills.
It looks like almost like a Mythic Legion figure with just Panther's head on it, almost by the way the style that he did it.
Yeah,
look at that.
It looks amazing.
That purple axe in the back too.
Yeah, he does. He's got a few of them. I have a broader picture in one of the other slides. I just zoomed in on this one because I was like, wow, I want to buy this. I really want to. Panther is my favorite. He's one of my favorite, one of my favorite characters. Oh, this is the other picture. That was the other video.
That was the other video. Yeah, that's the same one I just played. So
yeah,
I don't know.
It's the same one.
It probably it's all good.
That's I ran into my buddy Russ the Muss. I was like, "Yo, take the mask off." He's like, "Nah, not yet. I don't want anybody throwing me out." He was afraid.
He didn't want his goatee to rub off. That's what it was.
But I ran into a lot of cool people.
Now Russ is a local collector here. He's down in Fredericksburg area. Down in that area. So good friend of ours.
Cool.
That's me, Dust Mites, Vinny, who was on last week with us, a couple weeks back. That's Russ's wife, Anna, and just some random passerby there back in the rear there.
He kind of looks like what is it from Rick and Morty? Like he just got even older, just started losing hair. Like
Jason, a funny story.
Bram Stoker's Dracula.
A funny story. After I took this picture, we all kind of panned out and just started like perusing around the aisles and stuff. And this guy walks in, and I'm facing Eddie, so my back was to the guy. And as he walks in and turns sideways, Eddie just gets really serious and starts rubbing his chin. And I said, "Brother, you all right?" He goes, "Look at that guy." I look to the side, the male pattern baldness, the side of his the fur on his face, the T-shirt, the shorts, the sneakers. We thought it was New York Mike, dude.
No way.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Heart fell out of my chest. Heart fell out of my chest. Eddie's just sitting there like he's trying to just hold himself together, and he's like, I thought that was New York Mike, and I was like, oh my god, dude, we just stood there in the middle of this entire con, just staring at each other, yeah, speechless, and I was like, he's with us, and I was like, yeah, he doesn't, he's hanging out, man. He's hanging out. He's letting us know.
Meanwhile, this guy's trying to report you guys for creeping on him walking around the convention.
I got these two dudes.
These two dudes be eyeballing me. Look like they're gonna,
Something.
And that's again. We caught up to Dom and Dave. Shout out to Dom and Dave.
That's Dom, that's Dave.
Yeah, Dom in the back there, and Dave is to my that would be my right.
Mm-hmm.
We caught up to them. Dom was pretty much on the Mythics line the entire Saturday. He's got a whole stable of Mythic Legions horses.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody wants one, hit him up. Dominic Grasso.
Oh my god. All right, continuing on here. All right.
That was us going to lunch. We all went to lunch together. Decision we later on regretted. We went to Jose Tejas. I don't know if any of you are familiar. I had a burrito that was the size of my forearm. Of course, they don't tell you the portions. So, I just saw a pretty competitive price. And I said, you know what? Give me the black bean burrito, and I'm going to take it easy with the rest. He comes out with this burrito, dude. It was like a baby leg. This thing... this thing was about 9 inches long, and it was about maybe 4 inches thick. Jason might know what I'm talking about. When you go to the bathroom and stuff and the room gets dark.
I didn't know where you were going to take it. I was just going to smile and nod.
It was one of those things you have to grab with two hands.
That happens all the time, dude. You're good.
So anyway, they come out with this giant burrito, and I was like, you know what? I'm freaking starving. So I tore this thing down, and about an hour later, we're all sitting. You're going to see the picture. We're all sitting at the back of Toyconnj, like straight food comas. Just so somebody give us a bed.
I could just imagine that car ride home back from that windows down, everybody's tearing up, like it smells like rotten burritos and
shout out to my buddy. Are not going to help you with that.
Yeah.
Filtering.
That fart filter ain't gonna work.
Nah, bro. And the thing is that it comes with two sides. It comes with seasoned rice and black beans. So you got black beans in the burrito, and then you got black beans in the rice. So that, yeah. Oh, yeah. My car ran out of gas. I just went and farted in the freaking...
Fill her up.
Needle went right to full again.
Yeah, right. You got home faster the second time you filled up.
You're like a little dinosaur.
Shout out to my buddy Brian. I caught up to Brian Brink. He showed up a little bit later in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
He was participating in the Crash Box display. He was helping out Chris Pinkerton set up with the custom dials and stuff like that. And we all know who invited Chuck. Chuck was in the house.
Batman.
Chuck came through, and you know him, dude. He's not about like too much talking and hanging out. Like he actually did hang out with us for quite a bit. But you know he's a hunter, and he was walking around and he was, looking up good stuff. He's there for both days too. This man is so dedicated. He lives near Albany, New York. Now, from where we were, that's a good 4.5, maybe 5-hour drive. My man was there the entire day, drove back up home, and then drove back down the next day for the Mythics. And shout out to Chuck, man. That guy has made a different stuff.
That's committed.
Yeah,
no
dude.
shit.
Chuck's made a different stuff.
Well, he couldn't make TFCon last minute, so like he probably had all that stored up, pent up energy from not being able to go. So
yeah.
All right, continue on here.
This is
Chuck saw somebody farted. I see it right there.
Yeah.
He's already covering up.
Who ate the bean? Those black beans are kicking.
Chris showed up slightly after Jose Tejas, so you can see some of the after effects right there. Chuck is protecting himself, and he's standing right next to dust mites, so you can imagine what that must smell like. It was a funny thing.
Why is it always the small? It looks like Dave is the one that did it. It's always the smaller guys that end up doing it. That ends up killing everybody else.
The one that slowly walks away.
Yeah.
Farthest away.
There's another good shot. There you go. You wanted Jose Tejas. It's like, what did I do? What did I do? It was my idea.
That's funny as hell.
Yeah, that was the back of TFCon. We were all food comaed back there, Oh,
Toyconnj? Yeah.
Yeah, we were all just like
God, look at everybody.
All looking for naps. But it was too early to go home. It was like 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and we were just like, what do we do now? We all need naps. We don't want to leave.
Russ looks like the guy right here. Russ looks like he already blew up the toilet twice, and he blew his pants up too. So, and of course, the ladies back there. You got Kelly and Anna, like they're back there with their mask on, like them sneaky motherfuckers. Like, Don was like, I didn't do it for once. Like that look in his face. And...
This is the customizer who did that
Detour Customs. Okay.
Yes. Shout out to Detour Customs. I think he's a local here in Jersey.
Okay.
He does some amazing work. I had no choice but to put his work up on the site because he's really a swell guy, like a really swell guy, answering questions and all kinds of stuff and it's he's not afraid to answer any kind of a question. Like he's willing to tell you, listen, I saw this and I copied that style a little bit, but I threw my own flavor in it and I came up with this. If you go to the next slide, you'll see some more of his work. This is that, I don't know if you recognize that house, but that is a facsimile of the Michael Myers house.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks similar, like that or Freddy's house, like very similar.
Yeah. And he did a number. Like before I got there, you see how all the trees and the shrubs are knocked down? It's because he had sold the custom Michael Myers that were sitting there. So when he reached for it, everything fell down. But he had that thing set up. It looked dead ass. It looked like Halloween. It looked like John Carpenter's Halloween was sitting on top of this table.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. What a job. What a job. And this is the lineup. That background, all those floor pieces, everything he did that all from custom, all off the top of his head. All those body armors, all those swords, all the details, he did that all himself. And I just to me that stuff is like when we had Chris Bishop on, to me that is just, it's artwork. It's somebody's Mona, and to appreciate that stuff, that giant orc in the back, that big green.
I got to look at that. Is that World War Hulk?
That's what I was thinking.
I think it is. I think it is. I got a close up of it, and the reason why I took that picture was because I couldn't figure out. There it is. I couldn't figure out if that is the Hulk. Like, I think it is, but he just did so much work to it that I can't tell.
Nice.
It might be Maestro, because Maestro has those wraps on it. Or no, does he have the wraps or does he have the gold? I can't remember. I took them off already, but either way, that's definitely the Hulk mold. Wow,
superb,
that looks good.
Right? That's a superb job.
I like that he does all the fuzzy shit and everything too with it. Like,
right. Superb job.
Oh, and then we
And
went
then
back to this one. Yeah.
yeah,
I like
I
the
just can't.
that
I
web
just
sword.
yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like a poison ivy from Soul Calibur.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's
Oh,
see. Was
brother,
there one
brother.
more picture? Okay,
Oh,
here's another one. This is
this
the
was
other
the
picture.
other. That's the other room. Yeah, that's the other room.
Okay.
That's the other room.
So it looked like two giant gymnasiums back to
Yeah.
back.
Mm-hmm. This one is, and believe it or not, this one's slightly smaller than the other gym.
That looks huge, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but still. Was it now you've been to past Toycons, right?
Yeah.
Now, was
That-
this in comparison the same size as what the past ones were, or no?
Well, over the last year, they've been doing Toycon in this double gym setup. They had another room that they were setting up for the Mythics con today. So they were gonna. It was like a whole giant, conference room that they were setting up for that. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of real estate now. In the past, Toycons usually here were held in another place in Parsippany. In comparison to that, this is so many more vendors, so much more selection. Like I was talking before about the Pops guy, like there was everything there from, like really vintage stuff, like people selling radio flyers and, Malibu Sunshine Barbie and, stuff like that. And then the old, big 12-inch GI Joes. There were people selling that stuff. There were even people selling records from like the 60s and 70s.
Oh, that's cool.
And yeah, some of them 50s, even 40s. There was everything. There was just so much there. Then you get the newer guys, the hunters we were talking about before, these hacks. They had their own space. And then there was this one space where this guy was making custom replicas of Star Wars uniforms. He had everybody, dude. He had those dudes that were piloting the Death Star with a giant penis tip helmets.
Oh yeah,
that
guy.
He had those helmets, and then he had people walking around, in the garb. So there were stormtroopers everywhere. There was a Kylo Ren, like even the voice. Like I was like, dude, take the helmet off. I want to see who you are, because I really thought it was actual Kylo Ren.
Wow, that's pretty crazy.
He had the lightsaber with the angry hilt and everything. Like it was really cool. Like this guy, did everything from he had this one guy dressed up like Obi-Wan, and it was really sweet. It was really sweet. Like he just,
that's awesome.
Yeah, he did all of that stuff, the sewing, the details. I went up and I said, listen, you ain't gonna have my favorite character. And he goes, who's your favorite character? And I said, Porkins. And then he goes,
hold my beer.
that's exactly what he said, hold my beer. He goes into his pilot rack and he pulls it out, freaking Porkins. I was like, get the hell out of here.
Did you pick it up?
I wanted to, but I didn't have the money, man. I didn't have the cash. I didn't want to put it on my card. So I took his business card, and I'm going to probably be that for Halloween next year. Because he had everything from the helmet. He had the whole helmet, he had everything down to the air tubes. Like it was, all I needed was a X-wing, and I would have been like, you would have been. It was just amazing. Like there was just a lot of really cool stuff there. But then you get your, I was gonna tell the story. I woke up to this guy who was he had a little Transformer booth, and I don't want to comment on what he looked like because I'm just gonna get angry. But you could tell he wasn't a Transformer guy. He just basically knew what they were selling for. And I walked up to him, and he had an SDCC Metroplex. And I was curious. Just to see, because I have one here right behind me, and I was interested in just seeing what he goes for. And I knew they're up around 450, maybe 550 is a lot, I think, in that area. My man turned around and said 950.
That's when you punch him in the dick and walk away.
I just looked at him. I just looked at him. I looked at him and I said, "Are you serious?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Is that what it's going for?" He goes, "Well, that's what I'm asking." I was like, oh, you're
And that's
one
what
of
you're gonna
those.
keep asking.
I know,
And
right?
I said, oh, you're one of those. Okay. He goes, yeah. What does that mean? I said, well, I picked up off his little display there. He had the runabout,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's runabout, the Black Target exclusive Kingdom runabout, and
Yeah.
I picked that up. He had it for $90, and I picked it up and I said, you are a scumbag. Just so you know, you're a scumbag. This
Mm-hmm.
is a $20 figure, and you're sitting here asking $90. Where did you go to pick them up? Cleveland, Ohio? Like, what is wrong with you?
Mm-hmm.
Who is gonna like look at this crowd around you? Who's gonna come in here and blow $90 on a
Yeah.
$20 figure? You should be ashamed of yourself. You should go back to eBay, you freaking hack.
So I looked on eBay real quick.
Yeah.
The last 5 for the SDCC Metroplex are going for like anywhere between 200 and like 600. So that guy's way asking.
Yeah,
overpriced.
he was just he should run naked backwards through a field of dicks. I apologize for speaking that way, but he should
For
run
some
naked
reason, I can't
backwards.
get that out of my head
Dicks,
now.
huh? Why is that dick?
Great. Now I can't. No.
I can't get it out of my head now.
It's just a chain reaction now.
Yeah.
I don't hate on anybody for wanting to make money. I don't hate on anybody to want to make a few bucks, but that's just rip off city. That is just, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be totally ashamed of yourself. Like he had some of these other.
You should buy something from him and have it ship it to you, and then that way we get his address, and then we send like a bag of dicks, like lawn ornaments, and put them outside his house. Like...
So I'm sitting there, and I'm giving him the business. Like I'm just giving him the business because Jason, we've spoken about this 100 times.
Yeah.
At how toxic this community can be, and to me, shit like that is just. It's just unexcusable. Like to me, that's just unexcusable. You probably ran into some Target, you ran into some Walmart, and there's some little kid on his way in there to get this thing, and you took it off the rack, and you hid it so that nobody could find it, and you came back 10 minutes later, and bought it up, and now you're gonna try to resell it for, like you should. That to me, you're a pig, dude. When you do stuff like that, you're just a pig. You're just a pig. You're just looking to take advantage.
I mean, it's one thing to make a little money off of it because you did some lead work, but to make more than double off of it.
Yeah, man, that's garbage.
I mean, I don't know. But
what about that one guy? I remember seeing that one guy selling the green light for $300.
Oh yeah.
No way.
$300. I was like, are you freaking out of your mind?
Mm-hmm.
You could go like if there was another thing that I said in that conversation with him. He goes, yeah, but he goes, who are you? He goes, who are you? He goes, are you buying anything? Then walk away from my booth. And I said, no, I'm gonna stand here and I'm gonna get louder so that everybody around me can hear me call you a scumbag. Because to have a siege Omega Supreme up there for $250 when you can still get them on Hasbro Pulse for $165, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself.
That's when you like grab the table and flip that bitch over and just walk away. Like...
This is what
Start opening stuff. Start opening packages.
If I was that dude, though, this is what I would have told you. I said, you don't understand, bro. This was dipped in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. It's not just any version of this. It's in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
It's limited edition.
Yeah,
in that lake.
These wet marks aren't for nothing. Like
he had like Combiner Wars figures that were like 3 times retail, and I'm like, dude, nobody even likes Combiner Wars. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, nobody even like people that bought. I bought Combiner Wars and I don't even like it. Like, why would you? Why would you turn around and just like? Why would you do that? That's just so horrible.
They probably lost their job during the pandemic and then just trying to make something out of it or something. I don't know. Who knows?
I mean, maybe I took it a little too far, but I just saw that and I'm like, dude, there's little kids in here. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah.
You really, you put 20, 30, 40 extra dollars on I get it, tax, your gas, your time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, you brought it all the way over here. I get it, but dude, like 3 times retail. You know, you should be ashamed of yourself. You really should be. I'm
Dude,
sorry.
just a second ago while you were talking about all this, because I'm on my computer, you know, I have Xbox and all that. Dude, I keep getting invites from Vinny to play Call of Duty right now. It's like bloop, bloop, bloop. I'm like, dude, I'm in the middle of something. I'll hit you back in a bit. It's like, bloop, here's another one. I'm like, damn
it. Vinny.
Oh,
but yeah, other than that, like, you know, I was really hoping Kincaid would show up, but you know, he had different stuff going on. I usually spot him. Usually that's where I spot him, is at the Toyconnj. But other than that, man, getting together with everybody and joking and shooting the crap and just, you know, having a, you know, good old buddy time. I told Brian Brink that I was gonna hug him in front of people. And you know, he's very withdrawn and stuff. And I gave him a good, long, warm, healthy bear hug. And he was like, "All right, okay, all right."
Did you whisper in his ear? Just go with it. Like,
well, I did whisper in his ear, but I'm not going to tell you what it was.
Sweet nothings, right?
That's between me and Brian.
I'm not wearing panties.
or he's over there, he's like, that guy with the SDCC kisses my ass. Like, oh my god. So is that it for your week?
Yeah,
anything
that was pretty
else?
Much. Just like, I can't believe how these Mythic Legions guys have gone buck wild for that product, man. That's amazing.
I'm waiting to see some of our friends on OnlyFans just selling just so they can buy fucking Mythic Legions. Like, I personally don't like them. I think they're worse than Marvel Legends to me. And I'll probably catch a lot of shit for that, just because, like, I've held a couple of those figures in hand, and the first one, somebody's like, dude, you got to get this figure. You got to get this figure. And I get it in hand, and then the legs and the arms fall off, like, the first time I touch it.
Yeah, that doesn't score points.
And I'm like, yo, is this like the special edition quadriplegic like version or something? Like what is this? Like, but like, I don't know. Like, it was just weird. Like, I'm just not into them. I don't know why. Like, I bought a couple of them and then I got rid of them. So
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a rabbit hole that I refuse to get into. Because I just, this room, if I were to pan out, this room is just a mess. And all I'm gonna do, like, I got Turtles on one side, I got Marvel Legends over here, I got my G1s against the back wall, I got Batman like all over the place in here. Plus,
I got Ring Pops on over here, like
I got my sports memorabilia on the other side. Like, it just, I really got to tone it down, and that's just another rabbit hole that I don't want to get down. But I remember when, you know, in its infancy, I was with Chan, and she had picked up this one, it was like a female, like a battle, kind of like a warrior goddess, and her sword, the details, the mold was incredible. And I said, oh man,
like, they're great figures looking at them, but if you try to touch them, you're screwed. Like, they start to like, didn't they have problems with like the hips and stuff, and some of them just randomly breaking and shit like that? I don't know. They've had some problems over the years, but I think they've gotten better from what I heard from down the lines. So it's the Four Horsemen that are doing them. So
yeah.
But yeah.
But, you know, good for them that it's blown up the way it did, you know. Good for them. I mean, it's
hell yeah. They're great looking figures.
That's not a rabbit hole I want to go down.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to. I already got enough rabbit holes as it is. I don't know about you guys, but
yeah.
Between Mayfax and all these things behind me here, and I can't get into something else. I just can't.
All right, so I guess that's it for your week. Well, I guess we'll get on mine, and then we'll continue on with the rest of the stuff. My week was it. No, that was just kidding. So all that time, I'm just following up Ralphie with his week. I'm like, fuck, mine sucks. Actually, it was pretty chill. Didn't do too much. We hung out with some friends of ours. what was it, yesterday evening. It was kind of funny. We were supposed to have a hangout last night, and I was an asshole and forgot because we were having such a good time we had a Friendsgiving with a bunch of friends. And in fact, I think I got a picture here. Let me see if I can share it real quick. It's not like what Ralphie had, but here, let me do this. Let me send it to myself. It was pretty cool. We got to see people we haven't seen in 2 years. You know, a lot of them, and it's a lot of people we used to hang out with all the time. That's in like the car community, like cars and shit like that. Our car club and everything. And we got together with them, and all right, there we go. Pictures. Let me get this.
And you got how much battery left on your cell phone, Vendetta?
Yeah, no shit. You got that thing plugged in?
Man, I'm impressed.
All right, so let's see here. Here's my... Apparently, it didn't like me doing what I just did. Now there's like 3 variants of me. I'm variant number 1, by the way. Hang on,
Speaking of variants, I'm gonna try to get my laptop back up. It's been running this whole time here.
No, you're fine.
See what's going on. Here
we go. Let me do it this way because. Yeah, what I did was I had Messenger up from Facebook. Dude, let me remove this shit real quick. Oh, let me add them back in. There we go. I had Messenger on Facebook, and I saved the downloads. There we go. What I did was I tried uploading it from Messenger just to look at it. And sure as shit, it freaked the hell out and it kicked me out of everything. So, but let's do it this way again. That's the beauty of cutting shit out. All right, so here's a bunch of us here at one friend's house in their apartment. They have like a small apartment, but dude, we had like 20 some people in this apartment, and you know we were getting pretty fucking turned up too. Like,
yeah, I can tell. Look at the counter.
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't nothing. You should have seen the other side. You know, there's my wife back there. You know, we had all those people. You had some other people in the background. It was a good old time. We haven't seen a lot of these people in like 2 years. And it was good to get and hang out with everybody. You know what I mean? Now to getting back out and all that other shit. So, other than that, I didn't do shit today. Kind of relaxed a bit. I was going to work, but I said, screw it. I'm taking a day off and got to play a little bit of Duty and got to play, let's see, what else did I play? I got my Dominic Toretto on. I played a little bit of Horizon from Xbox. Got to play that a bit. Other than that, I mean, dude, didn't do shit. It was pretty chill. As for last night, so what was it, Friday night, they had a hangout, and I got stuck with Vinny playing Call of Duty, and we totally forgot to get on the hangout. And then last night, there was another one that I was supposed to put on, and then we didn't start until like 11:30, almost midnight, because I got so sucked into like everything that we were doing. I started playing the game again. I was like, shit, I forgot I was supposed to be hosting that. So, but yeah, that was pretty much about it. So that was it for my week.
Great.
All right, so do we want to get in the halls?
Yeah.
Hey. But before we all do that, Jhonny, do you know what time it is?
What time is it?
That was a pretty good one. No, you're good, dude. That's funny as shit. Like some of our guests will say it's time to nerd up or shut up or whatever else, but that was funny as hell.
Time zone difference.
He's like, I don't give a fuck what time it is. But yeah, so that was pretty good. So we're going. Whoa, what the hell happened to Ralphie? He gone vertical. Like
He fell down.
I've fallen and I can't get up. All right, so while we wait on him, let's go ahead and get you over to here, and then we'll get you back up in here. So, Jhonny, why don't you go ahead and tell us about yourself and how you got into collecting and all that, and then we'll kind of go from there.
All right. My I go by the code name Hastyle Prime now because my real name is actually Ha, spelled H-A.
Yeah.
So back in high school, a lot of my friends called me Hastyle. I had that on my car's license plate as well, so I just kind of put the prime on it like a Hastyle Prime. That's why I have the Shattered Glass Optimus sticking up that little human in his hand, sticking up a little spike in his hand. So, but that's but I also have my original account, which is Jhonny Hun. And I started collecting about 2 years ago, I think, a little more than 2 years ago. I've always been a fan of like G1. I'm in my mid 40s, so I did grow up around that time, where when beginning of Transformers all the way to right now. I enjoy everything in Transformers, really. I appreciate any kind of like media or medium for Transformers because I believe that it enriches like old and new fans to to get to know the product better. I started collecting though, like really collecting about 2 years ago. After I got my 3D printer, I just started making a whole bunch of things, and then I thought about it. And I was like, why don't I start collecting these Transformers? I just got back from TFCon 2019, I think. So let me start. Let me start making some dioramas and like displays and like extra like pieces and so forth and display cases and so forth. So I got into that. Since then, I started out collecting. Well, I started collecting third party a lot in the beginning, and then I went more into like the retail because that was just what everybody around me was, like into. But I don't know. Personally, I think their Q&A is just kind of out, you know what I'm saying. But everything, it's luck of the draw really when it comes to retail, products and so forth. I think third party vendors just do a better job on their products and their QA. Even though sometimes it does not, some things might break or some things might, but it's very rare. It seems like they just take care of their products to be more perfected than like publicly manufactured retailed stuff.
Now, quick question: what is your favorite Transformers character?
DevCon.
Now, is that pretty much has that been all your life, or is that in recent years, or what?
No, he's just a great character that only appeared in one show, and like even in comics, he's been like only like he's been in only like a page, but like he's such a good he's such a good like character that they never really like developed. I mean, they're starting to develop Nightbird, which is also a badass character. They got her in the movie now, but once they start developing DevCon into like what he truly is, like what his G1 like character was. I mean, he was badass. I mean, we went to another world. And who was it? Dirge and Ramjack was like, dude, we gotta get out of here. That's DevCon. They didn't even want to like mess with that. Just like, we gotta get out of here. You know that who that guy is? And then after that, I was like, who is this guy?
Who is this mysterious dude? Why did you like him? Did something draw you to him? Like, what was the meat and potatoes of the character?
He was an Autobot bounty hunter, and I was like, that's just sick. That's just a sick title. Like, if you hunt Decepticons, like for your alone, by yourself, you travel the galaxy. You're just like starting fights with everybody in the whole universe.
No shit.
You're picking on the most dangerous people by yourself, bringing him in. I don't even know. Like they never found out who his bounty guy is. He's just a bounty hunter, but who's the one putting the bounties up for these?
That'll make you wonder.
Yeah, so that's kind of funny to me. I mean, he's not my favorite, but he's my favorite because he's so like low key and like unknown. Nobody knows about that guy unless you're a G1er, unless you're like a really
I remember the character. I was just like, he wasn't around very often, and I remember him like I'm trying to remember what he transformed into. It was like some type of ship or something. Yeah.
I have a Legends figure of him.
Oh yeah, that's right. Wait, didn't he do one not that long ago? He looks similar to the Sweeps, doesn't he? Almost like the way his outfit is. Yeah.
Yeah, but besides that, I don't know. I've been really into the Shattered Glass universe. Kind of late, like lately, because it's a lot. Like a lot of people don't know, but like a lot of people they just like do recolors and they say, "Hey, stick a insignia on there," and now it's Shattered Glass. I'm like, no, dude. There's a whole universe, whole character bio, whole background, whole history on this whole different universe. It's not something that you can just hey, I guess I'll make like Shockwave green and calling him like the green Jolly SG figure or something, or like Jolly green SG figure or something, but yeah, I've been getting into that like a lot lately, especially with this new I was really into the history behind the Fun publication, Shattered Glass comics back in the BotCon, in the BotCon days. But now with the new IDW Shattered Glass comics that are coming out, I've been into that as well.
Okay, cool. Now let's go ahead and do this because I'm an asshole and somehow I fucking skipped over this. So why don't we do hauls real quick, and then we'll continue on with the rest of the shit.
Because I already have a question.
Oh Jesus, yeah. I was like, oh man, I fucked up. Anyway, all right. So what we do is, why don't we go and let's start with you since you're already here. What'd you get for the week?
Oh, hauls. I was like, for some reason, I was like cough drops. I was like, why are we talking about cough drops?
Yeah, that's some weird shit. Like,
I was like, man, this is getting really out there.
Specific.
What's your favorite hauls? What? Like,
yeah, I know, right? I was like, that was brain.
He's like, I'm a Ricola man myself.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, that was a brain fart on my end. I was just like,
no, you're good. Like, we were sitting there talking, and then he said, it's time to nerd up or shut up, and that threw us all through a loop. And then I was like, oh fuck, we forgot hauls. All right, let's get back to it. Like, so
man.
what'd you get for the week? Did you get anything cool?
Let me see. I got 2 SG Hasbro Pulse Megatrons that just came out like last week. I got 2 of them because I knew they'd sell out. I knew that people were like, I'm not into this. I'm not going to get it. But then like later on, they'd be like, oh man, I want one now. Like Omega Supreme, for example, or like or what was Scorponok, or now I want all the Titans, and I'm just like, but I also got the my pre-order came in for Infinite Transform Megatron.
Oh yeah. That's a cool Megatron.
Yeah, I'm looking at him right now. Let's see if I can grab
favorite MP36 mold.
Yeah, I heard he's better. Like the MP36 it fixed a lot of the
the
fixed a lot of the issues.
Gone, all the paneling is gone.
Yeah,
that is just a really nice job they did on that.
That's what I heard. I'm still looking for an MP36 Plus. Man, that's my right now. That's what.
Which one is that one? That's the silver one,
G1,
right?
The G1 harken back.
Yeah.
It's got the G1
silver
head and
the one with the hairy chest.
The chrome one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, with the little squiggly shit, like the Charlie Brown looking shit, like
the man chest.
I actually have that one, the Mugen one or whatever, that silver one they did a couple years ago. You know which one I'm talking about? The silver Megatron, that the MP36 mold that somebody KO'd. Did you see that one? I'll have to send you guys pictures of that.
Yeah.
I'm curious
Actually,
about it now. Yeah.
Hang on 1 second. I'll grab it real quick. Go ahead and continue. I'll grab it real fast.
Besides that, I haven't gotten many. I besides that, I haven't gotten any except for from TFCon. I opened up my Mentis, my
Nice.
MCC Mentis for once, and I took a picture of the. I grabbed the. Also, I grabbed my Flame Toys Autobot Megatron, and I made the picture of him, like, you know, sitting on the counseling chair with with a rung, like, you know. So that you can see that on my profile.
Getting therapy.
Yeah.
So
And,
here is that painted. Oh, let me share it. Let me swap screens real quick.
Okay.
So here is that painted one.
Oh man, that's nice.
That's a KO.
This is a KO.
That's
Really?
what's up.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
the KO, the MP36, and this thing's completely painted silver. Like,
What?
yeah.
That's sick.
Now I have the
so
piece
cool.
that goes in the back, but I mean, it has die cast, you know, in the feet and everything else. Like the feet are die cast and all that. But
Wow. You know, it autofocused. Your picture autofocused, and it looks amazing.
yeah, oh yeah, look at
It
it.
really does.
Yeah.
See, that looks
And
good.
then,
Better than mine, my OG one.
and then it still has, like, you know, I wonder if the battery's still getting this. Nah.
Oh, it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
It still does the.
Mhm.
Oh, it's not enough. It doesn't have enough juice to start talking to you.
No.
But yeah,
Was it talking Japanese?
it does both.
He goes,
Nice.
yeah, stop pressing the
Nice.
button, Pichu.
Yeah, look at that. And even this, look at the metallic in
bio.
this.
Does it say Date Bio?
Look at that. Look at the metallic gun. Look at that. So yeah.
Nice.
All right, go ahead. Continue.
Yeah.
Did you get
besides
anything else, or?
No. Besides that, not any other Transformers.
Oh,
I've
it could
been,
be anything, dude. I mean, we could talk about everything, not just Transformers. So
Oh, I haven't opened up my barbecue yet. My classic.
there you
barbecue.
go. There you go.
He's like sitting right there. I haven't opened up my barbecue. I missed Zartan because of TFCon, but I already got Zartan, so.
Oh yeah. Dude, I didn't get barbecue yet. I meant to ask people at the convention this weekend, see if they grab one, but I heard the prices were fucking crazy. So
Already? For barbecue? I think you can still get them on the Target site.
can you? Target were the assholes that canceled all my orders for Breaker, like barbecue, like all them. Even my
Yeah,
bats,
they
they
do that.
canceled all those.
That's
No
why
reason.
I don't like pre-ordering from Walmart or Target or stuff. You know, they're just unreliable.
Like I've never had anything canceled at Walmart for a pre-order. But Target, it's like as soon as I go to pre-order, they charge you, right? And then the thing I hate about Target is they constantly keep randomly charging you, like whenever the fuck they want, until the thing shows up.
Yeah.
Like I had one time, I had 6 charges back to back for the same figure because their system messed up. So,
You know what else I
Yeah.
found out? Like their red card. Because the last time I used my red card was to buy Red Wing, like when it came
Mhm.
out. And then I haven't used it since. And I tried to buy the barbecue, pure barbecue and all that stuff. And they were like, your account is closed because you haven't used it in 6 months.
Wow.
what?
If you don't use your red
way.
card in 6 months, they automatically close your account.
Oh, so a lot of people must have been getting pissed off with their
Yeah.
pre-orders now.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, wait, I had to like reapply for another card? And they're like, yeah, you do. A brand new card.
Bastards.
Yeah. I was like, this is ridiculous. And they're like, yeah, you know, just every 6 months buy like a candy bar or something. I'm like, you know, like,
Really?
yeah.
That's just awful. That is just
Isn't that-
inexcusable.
That's why I'm just like, because I tried to buy Road Rage. Yeah, this.
Oh,
this
yeah.
this one. And
Mhm.
I tried to buy that, and they were just like, yeah, your account is closed. And I was like,
What?
what? Yeah,
Like they don't make
because
Yo,
you can only
that's-
buy.
I just
That's
only
worse
buy
than
with the card.
Haslab.
like,
Yeah.
just use it to pre-order some other shit, and now you're closing it. You
Yeah.
got
Yeah. And it's it's a card exclusive because so you can't go to a store and buy it. You know,
Yeah.
you have to buy it online.
Damn. So is that it for your week? And then I'll hop over to one of the other
Yep.
guys. All
That's
right.
it.
So Vendetta, what'd you get for the week?
I'll go through it really quick. I know we're kind of behind the 8 ball here.
Nah, you're fine, dude.
At Toyconnj, I ran up. I didn't really go to hunt much. I was really looking for time with the boys, but sometimes you run across some stuff, and you got to jump on it. I wasn't really looking for anything in particular, but I did run across a couple of figures I thought were interesting. From Shang-Chi, I got the Death Dealer, Marvel Legends Death Dealer.
Dude, your picture just went like crazy again.
Really?
Yeah, it's very pixelated. All right, as soon as you stop talking, it stops being pixelated. It's weird. You look clear when you don't talk. When you talk, it starts getting pixelated. It's
all right. So I'm gonna silence up, and
he's gonna give us sign language the whole time. Like
I got that figure.
I also picked up Captain from the Gamerverse.
Oh yeah.
I like the the gun is custom, but the rest of them, I like the Iron Man kind of homage. I picked up. I bought a bunch of Scourges to Army build sweeps, but this time I actually picked up a sweep.
Nice.
He was pretty inexpensive. This guy was actually.
You're roboting really bad. And we lost your video, just froze. It looks like he's looking down at his. It looked like you were looking down at your junk for a minute, like.
Yeah, I was checking to make sure it's still there.
Oh yeah. And he meant junk by Junkion. No, I'm just kidding.
I picked up Walmart. Marvel Legends Punisher, Walmart exclusive. And while I was at it, I picked up this other Punisher as well, simply because I like the Punisher. And I picked up this hoodie that you're looking at right now.
Nice.
Okay.
Spider-Man one.
Yeah. Did I robot again?
No, it just froze for a second. All I just saw was like a black screen.
I got the
There you go.
This came courtesy of a friend of mine who actually works for Marvel. And he, did a couple favors for me. He knows how excited I am about Far From Home. And
I am too.
He sent me the hoodie. It was very nice of him.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, so that was it. That was the haul for the week.
Nice.
All right.
Yule?
Coco, what'd you get?
Okay. So some things came in from pre-order, and some stuff I was able to get yesterday after having sold some stuff.
Okay.
Let's start with something that you guys might be a little familiar with, but not too familiar with. So, the Mandalorian, Death Watch Mandalorian.
Oh, nice.
The show The Mandalorian, a GameStop exclusive, and this guy is called No Stripes. Not sure what what the backstory is behind a dude named No Stripes. But either way, I needed him to complete my.
Maybe he has clean underwear.
Maybe you should rechange that to No Streaks.
Another familiar character to y'all. The deal was just too good. They were super discounted. Galadriel from the Lord of the
nice.
Rings.
There you go. Dude, I cannot get that meme out of my head with her. Have you ever seen that meme?
Mm-mm.
It says you can't unsee my you can pretend not to know me, but you can't unlick my butthole or something. Like I gotta send it to you because it has that weird crazy looking face of hers. Like she's like, I'll have to send it to you guys so you can see it.
Another one from back in the day, kind Cartoon Network's Scaramouche from Samurai Jack. This was
Nice.
last year's Toy Tokyo edition. It looks so very close to the
It really does. It really
to the-
does.
yeah.
Wow,
why
that's
it's-
nice.
it's very accurate.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. I got to share this to you. I got the picture real quick so you can see it. It says, "You can block my number. You can unfriend me, but you can't unlick my butthole."
Dude,
Dude, every time I see her, I just can't get that out of my head. Like,
that is savage.
dude, and that's an old one too. Like, oh my god.
Truly, truly savage.
All right, Coco, let's get back to you so you can do that.
Okay, so couldn't help myself. Anyone who watched Demon Slayer understands why.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the show is pretty badass, dude. And you guys, it's on Netflix. So if you guys haven't watched
Yeah,
it,
I already saw it.
I just started watching it yesterday a little bit.
I had to see what the hype was about. So yeah,
it's pretty good, right?
it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
His sister Nezuko
Mhm.
Hamado. Mhm. I think it was a missed opportunity. I think they should have colored her eyes pink in this one, but I think it's an oversight. Yes.
Does it come with a box? Like her box?
Oh no
Does it
no no
come
no!
with a
But
carrying
there,
box?
there is one where there is it's the 6-inch version, but yeah, it's going for a lot of money right now. I couldn't afford it.
Mm.
But yeah,
Dude,
they
you
did
should like,
probably-
you should like old school, like you know what we did with the with our textbooks back in school, how we covered it with like a brown paper bag.
Uh-huh.
You should cover that pop box with a brown paper bag and color it to look like the backpack.
So she's hiding in it. And this is
Nice.
bestie number 1, Zenitsu Agatsuma.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know. You guys got to watch the show. It's pretty good. This guy's the.
I'll have to check. I've heard some good things about it. I just started. I watched like 10 minutes of it. I didn't get a chance to watch it because we had to go to the Thanksgiving thing. So.
And this guy's probably one of the more popular characters. The dude that wears the boar's head, Inosuke
Mhm.
Hashibita.
You got all those this week?
Yeah.
Yo, this is like every week. Like he gets like a whole collection of pops.
These are like the main characters though from
Yeah.
from the show. Yeah.
That I pre-ordered these bad boys, and they kind of finally came in. Took a while though.
Nice.
And then Michael Jackson.
You gotta have a
Nice.
mic, dude.
Just
gotta
kidding.
have
It's
a mic.
music.
Yeah, I know. I was like, wait a second, isn't that the
bad
main
guy
bad guy? Yeah, he's like the leader of the bad guys.
Yeah.
He looks like a smooth criminal right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He does.
He's the main bad guy. And for the old school cats who were clearly the old school people, right? I'm gonna show y'all something different. The Dungeons and Dragons mimic
Oh shit,
Oh shit, isn't it?
GameStop.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pick that bad boy up. And the next crew too are gonna be real awesome. You guys are-
Yo, I'm gonna pick up one of those and then I'm gonna open it up and then put LED lights and like a Bluetooth speaker on it and fuck with you. Like,
And then there's Warduke. For anybody who's ever played
Nice.
collected the toys back in the day, Warduke is one of those characters.
there you go.
Nice.
D&D.
One of my favorites.
Do you remember that cartoon back in the day though?
I
It was
did.
good. I liked it. I loved it.
Mm,
I liked it so much that I bought 2.
Ah,
One
nice.
nice.
So I can have
Wow.
a ticket with the He-Man characters. Come with a really neat dice, a D20.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
And then the last but most awesomest part of all of this, Tiamat.
Oh
Yeah.
shit,
Whoa. Get
Yeah,
outta
I saw
here.
that yesterday. A few people had it.
dude, that's pretty
It's
cool.
really cool looking, dude. Really cool.
Wow.
I pre-ordered this bad boy from GameStop.com. and it finally came in. And here's what it looks like in
Oh,
real.
you got
Yo,
two.
holy
Yeah,
shit,
that's-
baller over there, shit.
I know.
Damn, that
that's
looks
nice.
freaking good, man.
It's got the
Yeah.
wings and
And his
everything,
head,
right?
Yeah, dude, it looks
Yeah.
freaking awesome.
Nice.
Pretty heavy too. If you could kill somebody with this thing, man. I promise you.
Dude, you know it'd be even fun.
Yeah, put on a staff. Put on a,
Oh, shit.
yeah, put it on like on your broom.
Yeah.
Put on your broom so while you're sweeping your house, you know.
Okay, that's
Like,
pretty
ah.
good. I like that. I like that.
It comes with a green translucent D20 dice. But yeah, this thing is
Jeez.
freaking money, dude.
Dude, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
yeah, I think you're right. I think Johnny's right where you should put that on a broom and you should fuck with your roommates as soon as they walk in the bathroom during the podcast, be like, "You shall not pass" or something fucked up like
You shall not pass. And that's it for my my hauls for the week. Who hasn't shared yet?
me, that is it. So, actually my haul is small this week. So, ooh. So I got some spike ore. Check that out.
Nice.
From Revelations. It's pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
I dig it. I've been having a hell of a time trying to find these locally. I'm having to outsource these from friends in different areas because I haven't been able to find. All I can find is like, was it He-Man and Skeletor? I can't find anything else.
No.
But this is a cool looking figure. I got that.
I
Let's
didn't
see.
know that wave was out yet.
Yeah, dude, even the wave after this is starting to come out already. Like we saw, like I think Ralphie, you guys started seeing, was it Stinkor and all them?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's the next wave after this. It's already out, so they're
Mhm.
pumping them out. The other thing, so I got this previously. I said last week, but Kang Toys, the I guess Diabomb, whatever his name is. So I actually transfer him into arm mode so people can see it. Like it doesn't do it justice. Like look how good that thing looks.
That's
It's not G1 by any means,
Real
but
good.
look at this.
Jeez.
You can see like the combiner port right here for the arm and all that. So, but I mean, completely
looks
folds
badass,
up.
yeah.
It folds up like 90 degrees. Like it rotates at the waist and everything, so you can put it in different angles. All the fingers are articulated.
Nice.
All the joints, like everything, they all got pins, so you can do all of it. And then, dude, this thing's on a ball joint, so you can.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Already got that, but I just kind of wanted to show that. The only other thing I got in for this week, and I'm kind of excited about this. As some of you guys know, that I ended up doing the Ghostbuster Haslab. And in fact, let me look at this. I ended up ordering the proton pack.
Yeah.
So it got funded. And right now it's it's still 28 days left. The target was at 7,000 and they're currently at 8,385. And the next target is 9,000. So I think like right before the movie, there's going to be a jump to get it right.
Mhm.
But it doesn't come with the Alice pack frame in the rear. And that's the metal frame that hooks in the back for the straps.
Mhm.
Well, I randomly decided to pick one up.
Nice.
So I got the
Nice.
pack, the frame, like everything. Look at this.
Sweet.
So it comes with the pads, it comes with everything. And this thing, Hasbro actually supplies the hardware for this thing to mount to the actual pack.
Wow.
So I'm actually pretty excited about that. I mean, dude, it actually came from a military supply store. I mean, look at this buckle for like the waist. I mean, it's crazy. It's padded here. It's got padded in the shoulders and stuff. So it's pretty cool. I ended up, they didn't say that in the Haslab that they were going to have this hardware. They actually threw in a random email last week, like last minute. So I'm kind of wondering, like, what else are they going to do with that? Like, they're going to throw other random shit in without telling people, like little goodies and stuff. So, but it's almost at 9,000. Once it hits 9,000, then we'll get the hose and shit for the
It's
Spangler's
over
wand.
9,000.
And yeah, right. And the Spangler wand. So it actually came with like this rubber. It was like a chunky rubber piece of plastic, like it was like molded tape. So a friend of mine gave this to me. He 3D printed a bunch of these.
Oh,
And
nice.
it actually removes the tape because it was taped right around the middle. And so I'm going to tape this in there. And then I'll actually have the tape that I showed you guys previously, which is here.
The grip.
I actually have gaffer's tape, what they use in the movie, to wrap this around the handle.
Nice.
So, yeah. And like I said, I'm gonna be cosplaying that shit at like Halloween next year and shit like that. So, pretty excited.
Nice.
Yeah.
But other than that, that was it for my haul for the week. There was only those two things, and that was it. So, but continuing on here. So, Jhonny, let's go ahead and get back to you about your stuff. So,
Fast question.
go ahead.
Jhonny, I was actually very impressed that you chose DevCon, because I am a fan of Tarn, and Tarn, although Tarn had a lot more time in the comics than DevCon did, I'm impressed that you chose a character like that. I remember the first time I saw DevCon, he reminded me of Scourge a lot in the kind of the headdress, and then the he always had that vibrant red and blue, and I always thought he was an interesting character, but because they didn't spend a lot of time developing that character, I didn't really have him on the map.
Yeah.
And my question to you is, what attracted you the most? Was it the fact that you could maybe one day make your own custom, or like you could take that character and just use your imagination to the fullest?
It's pretty much what you just brought up. It's not a very developed character yet, so you leave it much to your imagination. Right now, it's he's a character that has so much potential, but
Yeah.
but with right now, anybody can have their imagination go wild with this character, and present him as further extend on his story, or further take it this way, or take it maybe have him defect, or find it, like there's so much things you can do with him. That's also why I am so into the Shattered Glass universe right now, because it's not developed yet. It's
Right.
still under project, so it's it leaves a lot of doors open, and I like
Right.
that. Being the person that I am, I love going out of the box. Like I love doing things like I like keeping things very like in tune with lore, because lore is I'm all about the lore.
Mhm.
Like I'm all like I'm one of those guys that has to stick to lore and like point people out when they're not, when they're going out of the law. I'm like, dude, you can't do that because this happened and then this happened and this person, and I'm like that guy. But I'm really into lore, but I'm really into broadening my horizons and using my imagination for a multi-purpose, multifaceted, things.
Right.
I feel you, because like when I first saw IDW comics for Transformers, I was, I'm like, well, this ain't exactly G1, but then
Autobot Megatron.
right, and not only that, and then
That definitely threw me off a little bit, and I was like, "What?"
and then
That is the best Megatron, in my opinion. I love his story.
Yeah, when who would have thought, right? That he would that would be the better, end up
Tarn.
being better. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was saying. Then I read the last, the last Stand of the Wreckers, and that changed my entire perspective on things. I was like, dude, they used a character from an obscure comic book. Well, it's not really obscure, but obscure enough for to kind of be the hero of that show, and use a bad guy that hasn't been used at all in America, really. So I was like, oh, okay, that was cool, and they made him scary as fuck, like a sadistic guy who tortures his own teammates.
You're talking about Tarn, right? And
No,
DJD?
no. Not DJD. Remember, in the last Stand of the Wreckers, it's oh my gosh,
Overlord.
Overlord. Yeah, Overlord's the name.
Overlord was just brutal. I never even heard of Overlord because I until like I read those the Wreckers, and I was like, this dude is sick. not like, oh man, this is crazy cool. Like this guy is like cuckoo, you know. He's like
sick in the head. Yeah.
He's a few ribs short of a barbecue.
I forgot what he was called. He was part of that the Six. What was it called? It was him, Shockwave.
The Phase Sixers.
Phase Sixers, yeah, the Phase Sixers
yeah.
are the
Phase Sixers. It was Six Shot.
Yeah.
Six Shot. Deathwing. But he killed. It might be Thunderwing or it was Deathwing, but he's the one that. No, it was Shadow. Shadow something.
Sky
but
Shadow.
he's the Sky Shadow, yeah. But Tarn is the one that talked to him. Remember, he's the one that was like strapped down. Was like, I'm not wearing any panties, and then his head exploded and stuff like that. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That was just like, dude, he just like sang in your ear, and you're all of a sudden you're like deactivated and shit.
DJD has got to be the coolest original thing to come out of after the G1, if you ask me.
Yeah. But I'll tell you one thing, man. Megatron owned the DJD and Tarn at the end of the More Than Meets the Eye Lost Light series. When he was just like, I'm just gonna like call you by your real names and just like just make you feel like crap, and then like your whole life was for nothing. That's what he said right before he killed. He's like, your whole life was for nothing, and I was like, dude, that's brutal.
Yeah, somebody that was so loyal too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big Tarn fan too. I love Tarn. I was so happy when MMC reissued Tarn.
Yeah.
I was trying to find a figure for Tarn for so long, and I always thought I'm a huge fan of MMC stuff, Planet X, MMC, and like those are my two favorites. But when they reissued it, I
jumped right on it, huh?
I think I sprained my index finger pressing enter so much, Once it was available, I was like, yes, I need one.
Yeah, no shit. Favorite cartoon growing up?
Oh wow, favorite cartoon. I would have to say Transformers, but I watched them all, man. I mean, that Saturday, I like Thundar. I got all kinds of I got the DVD collections. Yeah. I thought it was pretty cool. UCLA stood for UCLA. I didn't know that back then. I was a kid. I didn't really care, but but when I grow older, you're like, oh man, that's pretty cool. But I mean, every morning, every Saturday you would watch Saturday morning cartoons. Then Sundays you would watch Cartoon Express, and stuff like that. So I can't really pick one right now.
All right, so to kind of follow up with that question, favorite theme song you think from a cartoon, growing up that you liked?
That's easy. Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs,
bro.
That's a good one.
Once I heard it spark up, I was like hyped. I was like hyped once I heard once I heard it. And believe it or not, this is gonna be like this is kind of a weird one, but I kind of like Jamming the Holograms theme song too.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Which one, sir? You have to specify.
The old one. The 80s one. where you know,
Gem is excitement.
yeah,
And then there's me and my friends are gem girls.
no, they're the first one definitely.
Yeah.
The first one definitely. I couldn't even
I know
finish
the
that
lyric
movie.
for both.
You know what's funny?
What? See, I brought it out here. All right. Ooh.
My sister, because my sister, in order for me to watch the other cartoons, we had to take turns, and so I had to put up with some of the girly stuff. But I gotta say, I gotta give credit where credit's due.
It's catchy,
the music
man.
was,
I gotta say, it was catchy.
When I was a kid, I didn't really like it, but when you're older, you're like, oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I just dealt with it because I like the Bigfoot and the Muscle Machines. I used to come on right after Gem. And I used to have to sit through Gem just to get to Bigfoot and the Muscle.
Dude, I used to love Bigfoot and the Muscle Machines back in the day.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of good ones, man.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a lot of good ones. I mean, even like Heathcliff, and
he was a pretty good one.
I like that theme song. There's a lot.
Like Mask was definitely up there. Like that shit used to get you pumped. Like
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'd have to say of the list, like if I had to put a top 5 for me, Dinosaucers is up there. Pole Position is up there
Oh yeah.
Kid Video.
Oh, Kid Video, I remember that one.
Oh man,
he's my radio
right here.
And the Mighty Orbots one is actually pretty good.
Oh
The
yeah.
Orbots is pretty good. Yeah, that's a pretty. I just like it when they punch. Like the theme songs when they kick in, you're just like, oh man, this is, just like it just kicks you. It just kicks right off the.
G.I. Joe used to do that to me. The Real American Hero theme song.
Oh, dude, yeah.
They're on the deck of the USS Flag, and Airtight comes out and just like he caps the hell out of one of the Cobra soldiers. Just bow, and then the fist winds up right in the screen. It's just like boom. I'm like, yo, I don't know who that guy was, but I hope he wrote a letter to his wife because his life is over.
And Thundercats. Thundercats was definitely my top
That was
5.
definitely.
You know what's another top 5 one? The G.I. Joe movie theme song. Once that thing kicked in, once that thing kicked in, you're like, oh man, this is hype, dude. This is
Jason the Wheeled Warriors. Remember that one? That was a pretty good one.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. Yeah.
Jason the Wheeled Warriors. Yeah. We could do a whole show on those.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, that'd be good. Defenders of the Earth, that was one of my.
Oh yeah.
Even it was so simple, like it was so awesome.
Yeah.
Defenders.
Yeah, he's like, he was so dramatic with it.
I could do
that. Let's see here. I'm trying to think, because we have like a bunch of random stuff. We just throw it off the dome, basically. Favorite snack food and stuff like that, or whatever, when you're going to movies when you grew up as a kid. And even till now, even from a kid till now, like, do you have anything?
What snack kind of like baffled me back then was those cigarettes. Like,
the little cigarette.
Oh, the little candy kids.
It was like pink on the end or something like that.
You would blow it and the sugar would fly out, but you're selling cigarettes to kids.
Mm-hmm.
You would go to these stores and there would be Bazooka Joes with comics next to like Mike and Ike's and stuff like that. But then you would have like this pack, and they sold it in like cigarette pack lookalike things.
Yeah.
And so you're basically like buying cigarettes for kids, and I'm just like,
it wasn't as cheap as it was when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Nowadays, that's totally apropos. Nowadays, it might as well be a dime bag.
Yeah.
Right?
Seriously. And I was like, as an adult, I look back on that. I'm like, how did we get away with? Well, Megatron's a gun. How did we get away with that?
Yeah.
But I knew when the next generation or when Transforming made a comeback and stuff like that from G1, I knew Megatron would never be a gun again. Even that. As like a teenager and stuff like that, I was like, they'll never make him a gun again.
But they made him into a tank, which is kind of funny.
Yeah. They just made him a bigger gun. A bigger, more mobile gun.
I'm a gun that can roll around and crush you, like.
Yeah. I don't think the gun thing is violent enough. Let's just make it more versatile.
Well, as a kid, I something that wasn't readily available that I would love to have had readily available at all time were churros. I love churros, dude.
Churros are good.
Yeah.
Churros are good.
Especially to get them off a food truck.
Right.
You got to get a good food truck that has them. Like,
Yeah.
Now, and as an adult, if I could, and this not really sound this while it's not exactly a sweet snack, just kind of a food that would hold me over. Fresh spring rolls. I don't know if you've ever had fresh spring rolls, guys, but fresh spring rolls is my favorite. Dip it into the peanut butter, that peanut sauce with
oh yeah, the peanut brown sauce or whatever it is. Yeah.
With some sriracha, and it's on. I love it. I can eat that all day.
Nice. Well, I guess it. Oh, there he is. Yeah, we can see you, dude.
All right.
Well, it was kind of funny because anytime, like, there's a couple times where it looked like you froze, but all of a sudden you blinked. I'm like, okay, he's still there. Like,
yeah.
I was getting ready to say, like, Yari, dude. Like, was there anything either growing up even till now that you collected or that you were into that it was like a guilty pleasure, I guess you would say, that you didn't tell a lot of people?
I can't think of anything, but I still want rock lords. I don't know why. Cool. They're just rocks. They transform to rocks. But
I'm with you, man. As a matter of fact,
I want them all.
I wanted those, but my parents always said no.
Really? They said no.
We used to, you remember, like, growing up where you used to have like snowball fights and shit. You know what I mean? And there was this one kid. This kid was an asshole. He actually had the rock lords, and he would actually turn them into the rock, and then he would freeze them fuckers. And then we would have snowball fights, and then it's like, being in Mario Kart, you randomly get a banana thrown at you like as like a surprise. You get smacked with a fucking rock lord. It's like, yeah, but it was funny because you couldn't get mad because, like, as soon as it hit, the ice would break away and then it would transform. You're like, all right, I can't be mad at that. Like, you're like, I got a black eye, like I'm crying bloody nose, but that shit's awesome. Like,
just to shed a little bit of history on all of that stuff, right? So in that time when Rock Lords was a thing, right? So, and of course Rock Lords were maybe a little bit more expensive. I would tell my mom, all right, well, how about these instead? And I would show them the Meteorbs from Masters of the Universe. They're smaller, they should be more affordable. No.
I had those too. I had to be like you would just flip them. Like the transformation was so simple. You just like curl them in, and that's it.
Yeah, for me it didn't matter. Like I wanted something because of the Rock Lords. I wanted Rock-On and Stone Dar too from the He-Man, but no, you ain't getting Rock anything. So I lost out on anything rocks.
Oh man. Well, back then they had pet rocks. Like you would actually go to stores and buy a rock, and that's you would spend money to buy a rock.
Wasn't there one back in the day where it actually had like a collar with a fucking dog chain hanging off it or something? I remember my sister having one, and I was just like, you just turn that into like a deadly weapon. You can swing that bitch around and like hurt people. Like,
yeah, those. Yeah, there were. They
wouldn't get away with that shit now. Like,
yeah, those 70s people were just they stay high. They didn't stop. They stay high, and they just worked with corporate. They just moved on to corporate, and they just stay high. And they were like, hey, fuck it, let's just make these fucking rocks harder, or like let's just make these fucking let's put some spikes on these children's toys.
All right, so if you could.
I have a question, if I can.
Go ahead.
It's more towards your forte. I was looking at some of your DTOF, what do you call them? Dioramas. You build those yourself?
Yeah, I download like the files for the foundation, like the pieces. I done one of the pieces, but I designed it and like the actual like displays themselves, and I come up with like a different, like my Decepticon one has a G1 space bridge in it now.
Oh, cool.
So like but I change it all the time. I'm making a like the shattered glass display. I printed it all in like a see-through glass type material. So like it's like I just want to go with the shattered glass kind of
So
thing. So
you make it with a 3D printer.
yes, I have two 3D printers. I bought my first one before the quarantine. I bought my first one because I figured I'd be in the house for a long time, so I might as well stay busy. Find a hobby where I can stay indoors, and that's when that's when I did a whole bunch of things. I bought an airbrush back then too. Like I bought a 3D printer, and then I just started doing things like just trying to create things, like
Dude, like
keep my mind busy.
your Teletran dial. I love it. I absolutely
Oh,
love
really?
it. I keep looking at that picture on your profile, and I just on your Facebook, like anybody who gets a chance to just check him out, just that Teletran, to me, like that's a spot on Teletran. Like even like that little side computer where like the dome sits. I'm like, dude, it feels like I'm sitting on, and I'm sitting on the control deck of the Ark. Like that's pretty. It's pretty spot on, and everything down to the paneling on the floor.
Yeah.
Like how, like do you take like a picture of something that you see maybe on the TV show and then just copy it, or like is this straight off the cuff? Like do you make this out of your head?
See, like I said, I print out the product, but then I always think like, how can I make it better? I got this right here, it's too dull to me, so I gotta like spice it up. I gotta like throw some was it the black beans where you went to eat. I gotta spice it up. Yeah, I gotta add some flavor to it. So
definitely something.
So I like the Teletran that you're referring to. It's like it's 3D printed. The product is 3D printed, but I also painted it. I printed out some stickers for it, and I cut them off with like a knife. I 3D printed this as well. A whole bunch of these.
Nice.
So yeah, I just they're just cutters. I use it to open up my hauls when I get
There
those
you go.
packages, But I printed like about 10 of these, so and I just bought razor blades for like what, $3 or something like that, 10 or something. And so it's a way to save money and stuff like that. And then like through all of that, I started designing things like here, like even this, the Unicron. I designed these little stands from whoever has the Haslab Unicron, and these are the little what you call it,
the little ships or whatever.
Yeah, that's the one that comes with the Galvatron.
Yeah.
Oh, nice! You painted those too. Like
yeah, I even 3D designed like these little figures, these micro figures, as well.
That's like, pretty badass.
Yeah, like I made a Perceptor and a Sideswipe. No, a Sunstreaker, I think. But and then now they're coming out with like a Perceptor, so I'm like, oh well.
The background that you have there for Unicron, is that like a poster that you bought, or you made that as well?
Oh, it's just a photo background that you can buy anywhere. I have it littered all over. Like this is the cloud one over here.
Oh, okay. Wow, nice.
And then this is like so like whenever I get in the mood, I just grab one of these guys, and then then I think of like some kind of like like old school, like a comic page, or like an old school like like episode or something like that, and then I just make a background. I use the you can't see it here, but I also use like the moon, just like a moon one right here. And I just I made it so like it looks like the stars, like they're on space.
Pretty good. Like that must come out awesome in the picture.
So is that like the camera backdrop type stuff, like the cloth and everything that's printed on, or what?
No, that's I just buy it from like Amazon. Like they're
Oh, okay, yeah.
they're photography backgrounds.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like those backgrounds you can pick up, stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah, we had some for our wedding a couple of years ago
Yeah,
when we had that. We did a photo booth. Yeah.
Yep. The photo booth, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I just buy one.
So if you could be remembered for one thing, what would it be?
Good question.
I don't know actually.
I always like to throw off the wall questions that make people sit and think. Like, fuck.
Yeah. I mean, a decent person. The way I am, I don't a lot like a lot of people today. They sometimes when they get online, they forget that they're you know they drop their morals and they drop their like and other characteristics that I have. I try to I try to spread the influence that you should always like act the same online and in real life as well. So
Amen to that.
and just because you are online, just because you might not, you know, meet this person or something. When I meet somebody in real life, I'm actually more of an asshole than I am than than online. Online I'm actually way more polite than when I meet somebody online. And in real life, if you see me, I can't drink anymore because I have gout. But when you see me at a bar or something like that, like back then, I'd be like, "Who's this douchebag?" Don't sit with me, don't sit with us, man. You're not cool, or something like that. But I'm actually but I see a lot of like people like online that just So to answer your question, I'd like to be remembered as somebody who was just real to everybody, and just not fake. I never lie. Like that's how like my fiance, she couldn't believe it. I've known her for like 12 years, and like she still thinks I lie every day. She's like, "Are you lying?" I was like, "Have I ever lied to you before?" It's like, "I just haven't caught you yet," and I'm just like, "It's been 12 years." I want to give it a break.
What am I lying about? What am I lying about?
Yeah. Are you lying to me right now about lying?
So go ahead, Rafi. Did you have another question? I think you were getting ready to pop up.
I do. Figure of the year.
Of this year?
Yeah.
I mean, we're quickly approaching that, so.
Man, it's had to be this guy.
Unicron, you're the second person to say that.
Yeah, it had to be this guy. I mean, I've seen the Studio Cell one. Studio Cell looks nice. It looks nice. But this guy, I mean, because the thing is with this guy, I already split him. I have 2 of these now. I bought one, and I gutted him. All right, to make another one. Do you mind if I bring him over?
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to check that out.
Yeah.
He's super creative. I would like to see what he did.
Well, I got another interesting question for him about that.
Oh, it's epic. You could see it. You could see its shadow.
Oh wow, look at that. It's like a small toddler in his hand.
Oh, it looks like he made wings.
Yeah, the head fell off while I was grabbing him.
Oh, that sucks.
But yeah, the head fell off while I was grabbing him. So
no, you're good. You're good.
See, I already split this guy in 2.
Yeah.
And I mean, so I get like the best of both worlds with this guy. He's huge. He's heavy too. I'm just weak. Oh.
Oh shit. No, you're good. You're good.
Dude, we're causing him to break his shit. That's not good.
Yeah.
Don't do it for the gram, bro. Don't do it for the gram.
I mean, that's to me, that's for this year, that's the figure year for me, and because like I said, I split him apart already. I'm already doing other upgrades to him. I'm doing my own eye light up eyes and stuff for him. So
I was gonna ask you if those were printed wings.
Yep, they are.
I saw some people throw some files online, stuff like that. I saw some. I mean, I've seen some good ones and I've seen some shitty ones too. You got to be careful with downloading some of those files, like.
Yeah.
But Let's see here. Yule, do you have a question for him?
No, I know you had a really good one that was.
With all your customizing and everything else, and running a toy collector group and everything, um, what would somebody that's just coming into this, what would advice that you would give them that's trying to start doing like 3D printing and stuff like that, coming into like what you do, like customizing things like that?
I get approached with that question a lot by many people, actually, and and I advise people there's no even though they feel like they put on themselves the pressure of like they gotta do it now, or there's I always tell them to go tell people to go at their own pace, go at your own budget. Don't try to compete with somebody, with other people. Just compete with yourself. Being a sports kind of, anybody who plays sports knows that's the rule. That's a good rule as well. So it's you can't like always like chase somebody. Set your own goals, reach your own goals, and then set more. And that's about it.
All right, and then I have another quick question. If you can go back to your 18-year-old self, what one piece of advice would you give to yourself?
Get in more trouble. Why did you stop?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for real. That's a good thing. You gotta know it's gonna suck in the next 5 years. Just fucking do
yeah.
It's not going. There's a pandemic coming in like 20 years, man. Go do whatever you want.
Now, the follow-up question to that. So, where do you see yourself and your customizing within the next 5 years? Where do you have any goals or anything like that?
Currently right now, I'm only customizing like figures that I find like on clearance, or like a lot of chug figures, like a lot of retail figures. My goal is to start customizing masterpieces to where I can feel confident, where I can start like customizing masterpieces like Leg Customs, and like Ray as well. Ray Ruiz, he does great customizations as well with their cell shaded customs and so forth. But those are just like two names. But that's my goal, is to that's why I do so many now, because I want to get like the more experience. Like a lot of times, like a lot of my commissions, I don't charge that much. I'm just like, as I'm in it for the experience. I'm in it for like the perfection. Like many of us, we're into completionists, and perfectionists. So I'm in it for that.
Nice, dude. Oh, so we're approaching 2 hours now? Holy hell! This has been amazing. This has been fun. It's very insightful.
Yeah,
so
it
far.
has. Yeah.
The one thing I suck at, no joke, is coming up with all the deep questions that y'all can come up with. All of the shit that I ask are all superficial. Never nothing ever.
Like, what's your favorite color?
Never.
What's your second favorite color?
Like there's like a question because like what I did was, when we first started this podcast, I created a bunch of like 100 different questions to ask people. And so I have a list that I just randomly throw out. There's one that I've never asked anybody this. I'm going to ask you this tonight. Okay. It says, what's an insult that you've received that you've proud of?
Man, I got a lot, actually, especially online. People just like love dogging me online, man.
Yeah.
It's like, but usually I snap back pretty quick though. Yeah, exactly. We're all pretty creative, and we're kind of used to, like, we're not ego driven, like a lot of people are, like a lot of other like hobbies or so forth are like very ego driven, but a collector, they're just like, they're pretty laid back. That's why they collect. You know, they like to have
Mhm.
fun. They like enjoying their life.
I don't
So
necessarily know if a label that's been tagged on you is the only kind of insult per se.
Mhm.
But and to answer the question in the spirit of how you're asking it, Jay, which I love that question, right? The eyes of those jealous and angry fools when when I'm in the company of smoking hot women that I'm with, that I'm smashing. You know what I mean? The ones that
yeah.
my girlfriend who I'm dating at the time. The looks on their faces when and I'm like, what are you guys trying to say, fools?
Are they going up to you and be like, how much is she per hour? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
the look of how did he pull that off? That fucking brown little troll. How did he?
and you're like, okay, guys, I know what's on your mind. I'm too good for her. You know, how did you get me?
right.
There.
Like she had to pay me, like, you know. Like,
Yeah.
I answered one
that's
like that once. I
what I'm proud
I
of.
showed up. This is years ago. I showed up to a high school reunion with.
mhm.
It wasn't mine. It was the person I was with, and I saw some of like people whispering, like showed up with him, and I was like, well, obviously it's not the looks, and I can
Mhm.
tell you it's not that I have money, so do the math.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yo, see, my comeback with, like, you know, I could have came with your mom here tonight, but I ended up bringing her. So, you know, like, dude, like, I'm savage as fuck with insults. I gotta be careful with myself sometimes. Like I make shit that makes you contemplate your life decisions. Like sometimes, like, I mean, Ralphie, you guys have heard me sometimes. Like, I gotta be careful. Like, but oh my god. But anyways, yeah, so we're approaching, I guess we can go ahead and call it quits, and we can bullshit for a little bit right after if you want. But Yule, why don't you go ahead and take us out?
That's right, kids. Well, as you can see, uh, we've had to change our format a little bit in the last couple months.
Like 5 times.
At some point, we will be able to talk to you guys about real geek stuff and nerd stuff, aside from the personal stuff, like the stuff
Yeah.
that y'all want to hear, like what we thought about the Marvel.
I mean, if you
Disney
want, we
movie,
can briefly touch on
or
it.
no,
But I mean, it's up to you guys. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
fine.
gonna open up. It's gonna open up a can of worms. It
yes,
really is.
Yeah.
it
There's a
will.
whole lot
I
coming
promise
out.
you,
that-
there's a whole other hour worth of me
yeah.
being bitter. Would not be a good idea. Would not be a good idea.
Mm.
But anyway,
So you said you liked the internals, huh? I mean, no, I'm just kidding.
it's funny you say that because somebody typed on Facebook. I love the externals. It's the externals. It's the best movie since the Avengers, right? Or the last Avengers movie, right? And I wrote the comment being a smartass.
Did you
Oh,
report
man,
them on
I had
Facebook? Like,
I was like, I had no idea that the externals was even a movie yet.
yeah, I know.
But we know what he meant. He meant Eternals.
Yeah,
Still,
yeah.
Externals.
You should have been like, you mean Expendables? Dumb.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
We're watching the same movie? Like,
So we'd like to, give a shout out to all the people, our viewers and listeners out there in the, the world. We'd like to extend our deepest appreciation and thanks for supporting us through, the whole year and some change that we've been around. And all of
this is episode 83.
Right? All the work, the praises and kudos we've received from y'all do make a difference, and it keeps us, doing this for y'all. So that being said, Mr. Vendetta, no, actually, Mr. Jhonny, where can we find you?
You can find me on my Facebook. I'm not in the. I don't have a lot of social medias, but I do have my Hastyle Prime.
Good.
Facebook
keep
account.
it that way.
Yeah, we'll
Avoid-
go ahead. We'll
Yeah.
go ahead and we'll do that in your Instagram and all that too, so that way they can see that.
All of it, yeah.
And besides that, my Hastyle Prime account is the one that I'm currently like really like backed up on a lot of like friend requests right now for some reason. Do they always do that on Facebook? Like once you open a new account, do they like bombard you with like 300 like friends
Oh
requests?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I thought. I was like, because
And they're
these
always
people, I
like
know these
hot
people. Yeah,
chicks from like
yeah,
Germany or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah. I was like, I know all these people don't like me, so why they have friend requesting me? You know, like. But
Yeah.
yeah, but that's my Prime account. Somebody asked me to start an Instagram account though, and I
Mhm.
might do that. Updating like a lot of the custom works I've done and so forth, and some of my ideas. And because I've like I said, I do a lot. I have an old like Deviant art account from some of my photoshops, but
Oh wow.
yeah, that's old school. I mean, I haven't upgraded in like
Hmm.
20 years or something, but
Mm.
Damn.
but yeah, I have some of my photoshops there. But yeah, pretty much just my Hostile Prime account on Facebook is where you can reach me.
Cool, cool.
Nice,
And
dude.
you know the to add on to that, the funny thing is, I hate it when Facebook tries to be MySpace. You know what I mean? By they
Oh
Yeah.
try
yeah,
to,
yeah, yeah.
you
What
know,
about these
MySpace.
new rules, like these bans, man? You know, like Jason, you just got what's up with
Yeah,
that?
he got knocked off.
Yo,
Yeah.
I've been changing my profile picture up of me just randomly flicking people off like every
Yeah,
other day now. And like they haven't banned me yet, so like, you know.
but
I think
they're gonna ban your picture of you inside you inside a movie theater.
They the
I don't know.
the irony is
I could
because
I could say something, but I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. You
the
don't
spirit,
want to get them meta pissed or anything.
Fuck them. Like,
Meta, meta.
Meta.
yeah.
The irony is the spirit of Facebook is so that you and your personal network keep together.
Mm,
At least when
Mhm.
and MySpace was
mm.
what what Facebook is trying to be now. But back then,
Yeah.
MySpace was like the early booty hookup, like back in the
dude,
day. Like,
I gotta
Yeah,
admit,
yeah,
I miss
yeah.
MySpace because most of my success came from
yo,
MySpace.
it went from like AOL Messenger to like MySpace in like no time. Like,
Yeah.
I was raging in that time. I miss those MySpace days.
I don't miss those viruses. That's
yeah,
for
no
sure.
shit. Like,
That's for
he
sure.
means from the computer, people. He means from the computer. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
not from the
And
random meets from MySpace.
Mhm.
and
But
and, and, and Mr. V for Vendetta, where can we find you, sir?
As usual, you can find me here every weekend with these fine gentlemen. TNHS podcast. You can find me on Instagram under obviously the TNHS Instagram account. You can also find
mm,
me at V's underscore toy box. I have been posting a little bit in the last few weeks. This whole 7 days of Prime thing has got me digging through the crates at some
mhm.
of the figures that I got kind of hiding around. And you could also find me at the Vendetta on Instagram. You could find me at Ralph the Vendetta Rodriguez on Facebook. And I believe that is pretty much all of it so far. I do have a TikTok, but I haven't gotten up the courage to take my shirt off and do some kind of a dance. So
No, that's your OnlyFans account, dude. Remember that? Like,
I actually
Yeah.
closed that one because I thought that they were gonna. You remember
oh,
that whole thing? Yeah. So,
yeah.
but yeah, that's it. You can find me out there, and you can find me at local cons if you're in the Jersey area.
Nice, nice.
Jay,
All right.
tell these people
How
where they
about
can find you.
where can we find you, young Jay?
You can find me here every week with You Fine Gentlemen. You can find me Jason Lowry on Instagram whenever I fucking post, which is hardly ever because I don't have time to because of work. But I try to. I really do. I help Ralphie out. Shout out to him. We've been putting in a lot of work lately on our Instagram page. That's all I'm gonna say. A lot. Um, uh, Shout out to Jhonny for popping on with us this week, dude. You were
It was
amazing.
a
You
ple-
were funny as hell.
it
Yeah,
was a
man.
pleasure.
Thank you. That was you.
Dude, it's
It
always
was
a
an
pleasure
absolute
talking
pleasure.
with you.
I really enjoyed it tonight with conversating with you, gentlemen.
Yeah, you're welcome to come back anytime. If you want to pop on with us randomly, you're more than welcome to.
Nice. You will.
Shout out to our friends and family. Without you and your support and the support of the guys on the show, this wouldn't be possible. And like I said, the last couple episodes with getting dark earlier and everything else, and seasonal depressions with some people, just make sure you check on your friends and family, make sure everything's cool.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Whether you just say hi or you randomly send them a bag of dicks of candy or something, just do whatever you can as possible. And be sure to check out, actually this coming weekend, we haven't figured out if we're going to go live yet or not, but we are going to have our Thanksgiving episode, and be sure to be out on the lookout for that. I think we're going to post it a day early because of Thanksgiving. I think I'm going to go ahead and post it Wednesday instead of Thursday, so that way people can watch it. And we're going to do, we're going to try to see if we can have the wives on, like whatever else, like, similar setup like we did last year. We'll try to figure something out. We're still kind of working on the bugs on that. So, but other than that, it's a pleasure with you guys. And Coco, where can they find you?
Well, y'all can find me at the YouTubes at CocoSmooth619 and at Instagram at CocoSmooth, where every so often I be posting the treasures that I can afford from time to time these days. I say that because if you notice that I was quiet, it's because your boy got carried away too often. So often that I had to be on pause for, a week or two, and I should still be on pause, but pre-orders, things that I pre-ordered came in, so I was happy I could show you that. But for a while it was very sad. I couldn't buy shit.
I technically can't buy anything from October 31st to after Christmas.
Yeah.
But if it's pre-ordered, I can get away with it.
Yeah, because it's already something I'd. So that's why I'm looking so forward for Nick. What Nick's gonna send me, I hope soon, Nick. Please, so I can have something to share and play with. So yeah, right now, Mom's trying to ask me to go home and eat with them already. So sorry about that, folks. But yeah, to all the people that support us and part of our community, from the realm and the hardcore collectors, and the cats from Blackout and Shout. Thanks a lot for just being so gosh damn cool, guys. So with that being said,
real quick before you close it, I just have this one quick statement, and it's been on my heart for the last few weeks, and I just want to share it with everybody, because I know somebody that just said something to me over the interwebs that I believe as a community we need to address. I know you see us, those of you that watch and those of you that listen, you hear us share sometimes some pretty expensive stuff. I talk about Flame Toys Tarn and some of our masterpieces and some of these things that are high in dollar value. I just want everybody within my voice, every person that listens or watches this podcast or any podcast, whether you collect mainline figures, whether you collect masterpiece figures, whether you collect hot toys or collect
pet rocks,
or you just take a hunk of plastic and make it yourself. What we spend and how resourceful we are with money or success does not make us any more of a collector than you are.
Amen to that.
We are all a part of this community, no matter how high or how low your budget is. I just want everybody within my voice to hear that.
Yes, 100%.
You're all appreciated the same. Whether it's a masterpiece tracks or it's kingdom tracks, it's still tracks and it's still valid, and you are still a collector. And with that, thank you, Yul.
Yeah, folks, really, we got to get that whole, I'm a more hardcore collector than y'all because of the following. Not everything is a gosh damn race. Let people collect how they collect. Not everybody's a completionist. Sometimes people don't understand that some mentalities are actually like mental issues. Believe it or not, I believe that my need to complete shit is a fucking mental issue and not an actual value of some kind. You know what I mean? There really is no need from a practical sense to buy every gosh damn thing for something.
You don't need to.
No.
You don't need to compete. None of this is about competition. We all. It's just like with our Secret Santa thing coming up. People are like, well, it's not about what you spend. None of this is about what we spend. It's about what we enjoy with ourselves.
Joy.
That's what I love about all of us as collectors is the joy that you see in people's faces as they get something or they make something and they kind of want to show other people. It's cool to see that. Don't feel like you have to hide that from people. Don't feel intimidated because someone buys more or less than you or whatever else. It doesn't matter. Just be you. Don't try to compete with other people like what Ralphie said.
There's no need to be no pressure to do something that's beyond one's means or whatever. Like, for example, I'm never gonna pick up that, as much as I love Funko Pops, I'm never gonna pick up a D23 Mandalorian. That's $1,000 and it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
my point is, I'm not gonna kill myself and emotionally, mentally, and trying to for the just to share to the gram. And then you'll always find that for the people who are competing, you'll find that there's always somebody out there with deeper pockets than you all the time.
Yeah,
I know this. Like, there's I like to think that people don't think that I'm showing off when I share stuff. It's genuine enthusiasm for what because obviously we could be using our money in more wiser ways, like buying Bitcoin or or cryptocurrency or stocks or real responsible stuff. But
so you guys are saying it's cool if I next time I show off my my foil wrap action figures that I get crafted myself. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
There are things that we will not allow y'all to share. We cannot share no CP stuff if that's what you're collecting. We don't do that here. All right, we don't play that here. Okay.
All right. Good thing you don't see this side of the room then.
And with that, the nerds have spoken.
Peace. Be good to each other.
Catch you guys next week. Be easy.
There, everyone.